Good morning, everyone, and happy pre-sale mint day. This is Evan Matthews, one of the co-founders of Macroverse, and I just wanted to show you a little bit that I like to think of as what to expect when you're expecting the undead. So this is the avatar builder that we have created for the DeadTown avatar NFT drop. A couple things I just wanted to show you as you go into making your choices and creating your characters. When you first come to the website, macroverse.com, you're going to have an option to create your avatar, create your character, and then you'll be presented with this screen to choose. Do you want to start with the generally male base or basic style, or do you want to start with the generally female basic style? So right off the bat, you'll decide kind of what are you building on top of. I'm going to go with the male version just for a moment so you can see what this looks like. And then here's the actual interface for creating your avatar. So there's a couple ways to approach this, and I want to point out a couple of things just from a purely creative point of view. So there's a couple ways to do this. You can completely build your character from the ground up, starting with the background and then moving through these different components. We've actually ended up with over 700 individual assets in the collection, so there is a lot to play with. So you can definitely start this way and just find your way through, customizing as you go. And for those of you that really want to create a, very specific custom character, this is a great way to go about it. So you can, really look at each individual element and decide, what style you want to go for. We get pretty granular. This won't be the case in every avatar drop, but with these guys, we felt like, it really does make a difference in what the final zombie looks like, being able to do every little piece of, what's the current state of their skin? how long have they been a zombie? So you get everything from relatively fresh to very, very, let's say, jerky style. And then you've got some options like, adding different treatments to even like the cheeks. You can see how much of a difference that makes in the final look of the character. Some of these allow you to turn them off as well. So if you want a more simplified, fresher look, you can also turn some of these guys off. You can switch up, kind of the individual eyes that you're going to get. So you can, find your way through these different elements, customize your character to a very large degree. And then once you get to this section, we start to get into the accessories. You'll notice that I've got this wallet that I'm using, I've got some unlocked accessories based on what I hold in this wallet and the partnerships and unlocks that we've put in place. But now you can start to add some pretty fun, unique accessories. I'll go with, I really like the headphones. I'm going to go with the headphones. And then, you can start to come in here and add all kinds of fun and cool additional accessories. Once you get to hair and headgear, this is the largest category. You'll see, limited edition items. You'll see unlocked items. You may even see some unlocked and limited edition items in here. So make your choices based on what you're most interested in. If you're a person that likes to think about some of the game theory around some of this stuff, you might think a little bit about what do you want to have, as you might guess that it pertains to the overall collection. Remember, we haven't predetermined what the final rarity traits of the overall collection is going to be. It's largely based on your decision making and all the collectors' decision making. So you might, take some different strategies if that's something that you're concerned with. Lots of fun things to play with in here, and different types of hairstyles. You get a lot of different looks based on the type of attributes that you add. And so again, some limited items in here versus some that are not. Just because they're limited doesn't mean they're necessarily going to be the rarest in the overall collection, but it does mean that there are fewer of them available, so they may sell out quicker. So lots of fun stuff to play with here. So that is the kind of build from the ground up. And then if you're not the kind of person that wants to spend the time, or just doesn't care as much about that full customization, you can also just click this random button until you find one that you like. We've got a nice little feature here where the ones that you create as randoms, if you go, oh man, I like the one that I had earlier, we're keeping track of a handful of them so that you can jump back just in case you're like, oh man, I really wanted that last one. You can go back to it. And then once you've got a random one that you like the look of, you can go right away to minting, or you can use this as a kind of a shortcut to find something that you like the general look of, but then customize from here. So I might go, okay, I really like this, but maybe I don't want the mask. So you can start removing things or changing things to customize from here. So just feel free to kind of approach it whichever way you want to. Say, I really like the look of this guy, but he desperately needs some 3D glasses. And then mint from there. And then if you want to just completely start over or keep playing, you can just hit the reset button and you're back to the basic version. So same thing if we go to the female, basic avatar style. You'll start with a base, and then you can customize to your heart's content, or you can go for randoms until you find one that you're in love with, or pick a kind of a starting point in a random selection, and then go from there. And there are some different traits in the male category and in the female category that you may discover as you go through each one. Unfortunately, we don't have a way to save. We're keeping track of them here, but if you leave this category and go back to start working on a male version, for example, unfortunately in this version of the app, this history is not saved. That is something we probably will have in a future version of one of these drops. But it's a lot of fun, I gotta say, to be customizing and creating these different characters. And I've gotten a lot of combinations just out of the randoms that I'm in love with, and then being able to again sort of find one that's a good starting point, and then be able to customize from there has also been a great way to go about it. So it just depends on where your inspiration lies, where your approach to creativity around this stuff lies. But we hope you'll have a lot of fun with it. We kind of dare you to make just one because it is really fun to keep making them. And even if you don't mint more than one, feel free to play around. This is a case where right-clicking and saving is absolutely fine. Just do us a favor and share it on socials so other people can see what this thing is and how it works. We think it's a little different than anything we've seen in the space so far. Super excited about it. Can't wait to see what you make. And we'll see you in the Macroverse.